Hello everyone, welcome to Driving Production. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing the rear Mazdaspeed Swaybar. So to start off, I'd like to talk about the stock handling of the Mazda 3. Overall, I think from the factory, the Mazda 3 is a great handling car, especially for economy car. But there's always little tweaks here and there that you can do to a car. And that's why I did the rear Mazdaspeed Swaybar. So the idea behind it would be to limit the amount of body roll. And by doing it in the rear, it would limit the amount of rear body roll. And right away, it's something you can definitely see a difference. Before, the car handled very well. But now, coming into a corner, with the rear Mazdaspeed Swaybar, the car feels so much more planted, and it felt planted beforehand. That's what's impressive about this car. Now, when I turn into a corner, I could even put my foot all the way down, and the car doesn't feel like it wants to understeer at all. It sounds almost cliche to say, but adding the rear sway bar on this car really dialed in this car to the point where I even want to say that this car handles like it's on rails, as cliche it might sound. And I think it's kind of funny to mention, because this is still a Mazda 3 if we think about it. But overall, the handling of the car definitely increased. One thing I noticed is that the car, the ride is a little bit stiffer or harsher. Especially, you feel a little bit more the bumps coming from the rear. So you can feel that the rear is definitely stiffer. But coming into a corner, going into corners, you definitely feel the rear end quite a bit stiffer. So I've been driving with the rear sway bar for a little while now, trying to notice all the difference, feel the difference from the rear sway bar. And it was quite the drastic change. Before, the car, it didn't want to, I wouldn't say it understeered per se, but you could definitely feel that the car was front wheel drive. Now the rear end is way stiffer, but not in a really harsh way, like as if you put like very stiff coilovers or anything. It's more lateral, side to side, so body roll that it changed quite a bit of a difference. So what I would have to say about the rear sway bar is that it does increase stiffness. The body roll in the rear is quite a bit limited, but now that I drive the car, I feel like almost the front end is loose compared to the rear end. It doesn't feel as dialed in. It almost feels as the front end kind of squats down while the rear end stays planted in a sense. So I'm not sure if installing the front sway bar would sharpen the front end and make it kind of dialed in like the rear, or it would just produce more understeer, which I'm a little afraid of, because with the rear sway bar, I'm really happy the way it is right now. So I don't really want more understeer. I think the handling is pretty perfect. It could be maybe a little bit stiffer, but apart from that, it's really just dialing in the steering wheel to have it more, to have it sharper. So I think overall it's a great upgrade for the Mazda 3 especially. Obviously there's different aftermarket brands that you can do that maybe would even stiffen the rear even more so, but also, doing this mod is about cost effectiveness, I think, because doing the rear Mazdaspeed sway bar, you can find one fairly cheap in a local junkyard or scrapyard, or even on the used market, like on Kijiji or on Facebook Marketplace, anything like that. So I think overall it's a pretty good mod to do for a Mazda 3, or I think probably any front-wheel drive, really. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the rear Mazdaspeed sway bar, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.